My mother stole my boyfriend and convinced him to marry my sister. While I was at MIT, never realizing I'd rise higher than them both. I met Derek during my senior year of high school. He was this sweet guy who worked at his dad's construction company and always talked about starting his own business someday. We dated for 2 years before I left for MIT on a full scholarship. My family acted so proud when I got in. My mom threw me this big party, invited all the relatives, took a million pictures, but I could tell something was off about how she looked at Derek. She kept asking him questions about his dad's company, how much money they made, what kind of projects they worked on. Derek didn't come from crazy money or anything, but his family was definitely more comfortable than mine. We grew up in a tiny apartment while Derek's family had a nice house with a pool. I remember my mom pulling me aside at the party and saying, "You sure you want to do long distance? Boys like Derek don't wait around forever." I laughed it off because Derek and I had already talked about it. He promised to visit once a month and we'd FaceTime every night. First semester at MIT was brutal. I was drowning in problem sets and barely sleeping. Derek's visits got less frequent, went from once a month to once every 2 months. He said work was crazy busy. Then the FaceTime calls started getting shorter. He'd be distracted, checking his phone, saying he had to go help his dad with something. By December, I hadn't seen him in 3 months. I flew home for winter break expecting to spend time with him, but he said he was too busy with a big project. My mom kept making these weird comments like, "Derek's really stepping up for his family, such a good man." My little sister Amber, who was 19 and working at a coffee shop, suddenly started dressing nicer. New clothes, getting her nails done, posting these filtered pictures on Instagram. I asked where she got money for all that and she just smirked. Mom's helping me out. Something felt wrong, but I couldn't prove anything. I went back to MIT in January feeling sick to my stomach. 2 weeks later, Derek broke up with me over text. Said long distance wasn't working and he needed someone who was actually there. I was devastated. Failed my first exam ever because I couldn't focus. Then in March, my roommate showed me Amber's Instagram. There was Derek in a photo from Valentine's Day, his arm around my sister. The caption said, "Found my forever." I called my mom immediately, screaming and crying. She acted all calm and said, "Honey, you were gone and Derek needed stability. Amber was here. These things just happen." She actually said that. Like my boyfriend falling for my sister while I was at college just happened naturally. I found out later my mom had been inviting Derek over for family dinners while I was gone, telling him I was too focused on school to care about him anymore, setting him up with Amber. They got engaged that summer. My mom paid for the whole wedding with money she borrowed from Derek's parents. I wasn't invited. My dad called to apologize but said he couldn't go against my mom. I spent that whole summer doing research in a lab at MIT, working 80-hour weeks just to avoid thinking about it. Poured everything into my studies, graduated top of my class, got hired by a major tech company in Silicon Valley, making 6 figures right out of college. Meanwhile, Derek's construction business never took off. Turns out he wasn't as good at running things as his dad was. Amber got pregnant right away and became a stay-at-home mom. My mom kept posting on Facebook about her perfect son-in-law and beautiful grandbaby, tagging me in everything like nothing happened. 5 years later, I'm a senior engineer making $300K a year. Just bought my own house in San Francisco with a view of the bay. Derek's business went bankrupt last year. He's working for someone else's company now doing basic labor. Amber posted asking if anyone knew of job openings because they were struggling. My mom called me out of nowhere last month, first time in years. Said the family was going through a hard time and could I help out financially. I laughed so hard I almost dropped my phone. "You want me to give money to the daughter you gave my boyfriend to?" She got quiet and then said I was being selfish and holding grudges. I told her I learned from the best and hung up, blocked all of them. That boyfriend they stole, he peaked in high school. And me, I'm just getting started.